Hey guys, Kim here, and E3 is over! What a fun week that was. Now, so without further ado, let's take a look at how badly I did with some of my predictions. Okay, so first up, let's get all the bad news out of the way. Of all the games I predicted, sadly the following didn't turn up. Beyond Good and Evil 2, Fallout 4, no new Metroid, no Last Guardian, Sony! That said, Sony have come out since and confirmed that Last Guardian is still in the making. It's just not ready yet to be unleashed upon the world and blow our tiny little minds with the cat dog bird thing. So anyway, moving swiftly on. So those are the things that I got wrong. They weren't announced. We didn't see any of them. But I did get some things right, and that was Mirror's Edge 2, Bayonetta 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Final Fantasy 15. Woo!
目的はクリスタルか言わずともお分かりのはずだこの世界に残された最後のクリスタル
Final Fantasy 15, finally here. It was Versus 13, rebranded, rebuilt, and it looks amazing. So it's a little bit different to the usual Final Fantasy fare. It's set in a kind of real, taking inspiration from the real world. So if you look at the trailer, a lot of the kingdom where Noctis, who's the new main character, a lot of the kingdom looks like Tokyo, which, you know, fantastic, looks brilliant. Combat looks a lot more like the Kingdom Hearts kind of action, you know, immediate action style fighting, which is no surprise because it's Tetsuya Nomura who is behind 15, and he most famously is known for his work on Kingdom Hearts, so no big surprise there. But, you know, they haven't set a release date yet, but it's coming on PlayStation 4, on Xbox One, and it looks amazing. I cannot wait, guys. This is it. This is what I have been waiting for 7 years. I'm so happy right now. It's like all my Christmases come at once. Moving on, my third prediction for Monday was that Microsoft wouldn't clear up the kind of controversy or the weirdness surrounding the reveal of the Xbox One on certain things like DRM, on whether or not it needed to be always online, on Connect, always watching you. Now, as some of you correctly pointed out, Microsoft did address this before E3 in releasing an official kind of article on the exact bits and pieces of what the Xbox does. Okay, so it did clear up the issues, but a lot of it was PR guff, you know, it was a lot of kind of flowery, exciting language that kind of glossed over a few issues, and for me, I wasn't quite satisfied with their answers. I'm not satisfied with why we cannot just trade games, why we can't treat games like, you know, like we used to. The one thing that the article did clear up was it said, with Xbox One, you can game offline for up to 24 hours on your primary console or 1 hour if you logged into a separate console accessing your library. Offline gaming is not possible after these prescribed times until you re-establish a connection, but you can still watch live TV and enjoy Blu-ray and DVD movies. It's not what I want in a console. Why am I buying a console that just dies if I don't put it online? My Xbox at home, my Xbox 360, hasn't been online for a year. It still works, it still runs, that's fine. You know, looking at the wider picture, a lot of people in the world still don't have internet connection at home, you know, or still don't have a reliable or fast enough internet connection, either due to the location of where they are, the services provided, or they just can't afford it. And I think it's very unfair to alienate these people. It baffles me that this is a design choice. The reason why I'm upset is because I like the Xbox. I'm not particularly championing one platform or the other. It upsets me that Microsoft seemingly this year have taken this approach. Every time they said something at E3, it came across as a very obnoxious way to present their brand new console, and it felt to me like Microsoft were telling me what I wanted in a games console and what I was gonna get. The dumbest point of the whole E3 week was definitely Microsoft exec Don Matrick in an interview with Game Trailers coming out with this unbelievable answer to Xbox needing an internet connection 24 hours. And he said, fortunately, we have a product for people who don't have some sort of connectivity. It's called the Xbox 360. Wow. I mean, wow. he said that. That's a thing that he said, you know? Let me just sit here for a minute while the arrogance just washes over me. You're saying that, you know, you're trying to bring out this brand new console to compete in the market against top-end PCs and PS4s, and you're saying for people who don't have internet connections, which is quite a lot of people, don't partake in this next gen. And you know what? All I can think about that is, I'm gonna buy a PlayStation 4. It's as simple as that. I'm really sorry this has turned into a rant. I didn't want this to turn into a rant, but I'm upset with Microsoft's stance. I think that they've handled their marketing for the Xbox One very poorly. I'm disappointed because I wanted better. I went into E3 saying, I'm gonna buy both consoles, and now I'm not so sure. I'm gonna wait for the following months, see what Microsoft have to say, and we'll go from there. On the flip side, you know, I said in my prediction video, point number 4, Sony would reveal their console and reveal their price. And they did. Hooray! And I totally got the price right. My guess is that the PlayStation 4 will sell for £350. Yeah, so Sony finally revealed the PlayStation 4. It's looking good. They revealed the price, which is £350 in the UK, $399. I'm sorry, I haven't converted it into other currencies around the world, but you know, it's looking about £100 less than the Xbox One. The one thing I loved about Sony was the fact that they just came out and they were almost the polar opposite of Xbox. They directly addressed everything that was wrong with the Xbox conference, and it was brilliant. I mean, check out Jack Tretton here, CEO of Sony, just kicking ass.
PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 games. When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever. PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play. If you enjoy playing single-player games offline, PS4 won't require you to check in online periodically. And it won't stop working if you haven't authenticated within 24 hours.
I mean, I do think it's a little bit mean. You know, you're kind of kicking someone when they're down. But it is fantastic that PlayStation 4 are doing the things that Microsoft and their console right now is making me very happy as a gamer. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. PlayStation 4, £350. Xbox One is £429. Both of them are going to launch sometime later this year, probably in November. And finally, my big predictions about Nintendo. Now, we've already touched on this with Bayonetta being announced and Metroid Prime not being announced, no Zelda being announced. But, you know, so I got it slightly wrong because I said Bayonetta would be the big reveal at the end of their conference that Nintendo hinted at, but it wasn't. It was Super Smash Bros., which is fantastic because I love Super Smash Bros. I'm a big fan. I love the look of some of the new characters, which are the villager from Animal Crossing, the fitness guru from Wii Fitness, which is a bit weird, and of course, Mega Man, who just dominates the battlefield in that trailer. Oh my god, look what he does to Kirby's face. Ugh. I mean, I'll be honest, the Nintendo Direct conference at E3 was a little bit, it was a lot calmer, it was a lot muted, it wasn't as kind of packed as Nintendo, Microsoft, Ubi, EA, all of that. But you know, that's fine because for me, they showed the games I'm interested in. Pokemon looking fantastic, Wind Waker looking absolutely brilliant. I can't wait for that to come out. For me, the most exciting part was definitely Mario Kart 8. I mean, look at them, they're driving upside down, people. You know, so I can't wait for all those Nintendo games. And you know what, it's sort of nice to just see some color and some happiness, you know, amongst all the kind of shooty guns being announced everywhere else and all the racing games. So that was E3 2013. Got some things wrong, got some things right, and you know, really for me, it was Final Fantasy, getting Final Fantasy 15 right. That was the sweetest moment for me. All in all, you know, I just thought that E3, you know, for all the kind of stuff about Microsoft and Sony and who's won, you know, I just think that whatever console you support, whatever platform you support, whatever games you like, and that kind of thing, I think that one thing came out of E3 this year, and that it's a bloody brilliant time to be a gamer. I think we've got some exciting exciting times ahead. You know, just looking at the stuff coming out. So for me, things like The Witcher 3, Quantum Break, which was the Xbox One exclusive. You know, for all the stuff I've just said about Microsoft, I am excited about that, the way that looks. So I hope Microsoft sort their act out before they release, because you know, I really am interested in that title, that exclusive in particular. So that was E3 2013. Brilliant week, brilliant titles, and I'm so looking forward to the year ahead and getting my hands on some of these games coming out. So that was brilliant. Thanks for joining me in my predictions, and see you next time. Bye!